In a recently posted video, I talked to you about ways you can improve your income as a graphic designer. One of the things I mentioned is for you to offer more to your clients, and one of the more I suggested is for you to offer motion graphics to your clients. Today, I'll be showing you ways to create a motion graphics from your PSD file in After Effects. Let's go! So now I'm in Photoshop now, and one of the things I always try to do is to make sure I have a very clean PSD layers, and that's what I'm trying to look at now. I look at my layers and I make sure I arrange them very well so they don't miss in After Effects. So now I've already arranged this one very well. So what I'm going to do is I often like to take it outside the artboard, so I just like it clean, so I'll probably just take it outside the artboard now. So this will also allow me to crop out if there by any chance I have any extended layer outside this box. So this allow me to crop it out. So this now me ungrouping the artboard, then I go to crop, and I go to crop, and right now you can see I have some extended greens and yellows here, so I'm just gonna crop that out. Sometimes it doesn't show in After Effects, but then just to be sure I have the exact file I'm trying to animate. So now I'm just gonna go into After Effects. So I have my After Effects opened already, and right now for me to animate the already made PSD file, so I want to save the last thing that I did. So I saved that. So going back to After Effects now, I go to this new composition from footage. So I look for where my PSD file that I'm planning to animate. I think the where I thought I saved it. Oh yeah, that's it. So I make sure my settings, I make sure this is on merge layer styles into footage, and this will always be to retain the layer sizes, composition to retain the layer sizes. So I click OK, and I just wait for the whole thing to load up. So now it's up and running. So now what we're going to do is I'll fit this to 200% so I can see this full. So you can see the file is just like the way it's in Photoshop, and sometimes the color often look different just because of the color settings in your different Adobe system. So right now this is our file. So right now it's being pre-composed together. So if I double click on here, if I double click on the timeline here, I will show the layers individually. So double clicking, so now you can see I have more layers here, and now so if you look at some of the layers as well, they're in another color, so that means the grouped layer that I did again. So if you double click on them again, it's going to bring them out as well again, assuming you want to edit something in those layers. For now I'm not doing anything, so I'm just going to go here, clean. So I'm here now. So this is the background. So for this, I don't think I want to do too much with the background. I just want to move the text around, move the boxes around, and make sure things are a little bit in the motion phase. So look at the first layer. What's in my first layer is the background. Okay, the first one is like another color. So my effect, my bottle. So I think I want my bottle to fly in first. So I'm just gonna double click on this. So I have the bottles separately. Their shadows and everything is there. So okay, they're here. So right now I'm not sure I want to change. I'm not planning to change anything. Okay, so we have bottle 1 and bottle 2. So I'm just gonna open my effects and preset, and then maybe I have some plugin that I always use here, but then for the sake of this Okay, let me just work with them. So at least it makes but for the sake of this tutorial, I'm just gonna use like the pre-installed effect in After Effects, so I don't go too advanced on you. So I'm just gonna bring this in, and yeah. So what I'm gonna do is to find a way to make this guy slide in. So if I go to transition, I have movement. So this is me at the movement. So I'm just gonna use this slide straight. I use slide straight for the other one as well. So now this is what this is gonna be like. So it's moving now. So I don't want it to move that way. I want it to maybe have come out a little bit huge before going to the actual place that it is. So I'm just gonna go here, click on the scale, increase. Okay, sorry, I want to make sure I have my keyframe start to the at the beginning here. I have my keyframe here. I make sure it's 100. So sorry, I make sure I can increase it. That's way right. So then I go to where I feel like it's gonna end. Then I change the scale to 100 back. So right now it's gonna start from this 219 size and reduce. Yeah, as you can see. Yeah, that's that about that. So the overlay thing you're seeing is the shadow of the fruit that will later show. So just let me put a stretch and blur on that. So I just double click on stretch and blur. So now, yeah, I think so. Yeah, if you notice, I didn't really do the scaling thing on the bottom at the back because I feel like the transition is just perfect like that. So there's no point doing anything. So if I should go back here now, you see the effect of what we've done. Yeah, that was it. I think I want to go back to the shadow. I think I want it to come out a little bit later. Yeah, like that. Oh, like that. So I'm here now. Yeah, I think I like the animation of this. So now the next thing, I'm gonna go to the fruit, and I think I just want to maintain the same transition. I think it's clean, so I wouldn't want to have too much going on there. So this is me clicking on slide straight. Yeah, slide straight, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. So I think I'm just gonna do the same thing that I did to the other one now. Okay, I think the shadow is a little bit now visible, so I'm not really a big fan. So I'm just gonna do this here. So okay, yeah, that way. So I look at the fruits now. So I'm just gonna do the scale thing that I did for the bottles for this as well. So now I'm just gonna go to transform. Yeah, scale. I put it like a little bit high. Then I move to where it's going to end. Why is my fruit not showing? Something is wrong. Okay, yeah, this is our fruit. Now let's try again. Something was acting up earlier. So, okay. Oh, okay, yeah, I was looking at the wrong transform. So this is the real transform I'm gonna do. So I'm just gonna scale this up. Okay, sorry, I want to have the right keyframe first. Delete that. So I'm gonna go to the beginning, increase the size again, give it a keyframe, then go to where it's gonna end. I think right about here, and have the keyframe again, but right now I'm gonna put it back to 100. Yeah, that way. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna let this go forward a little bit. So yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that's clean. Yes. So the palm element, I think what I'm just gonna do is to make them work with the scale alone. So scale 100, like the keyframe is already selected. So I go here as well. So I'm just gonna look for a point where it's gonna be seamless with the rest of the bottles and everything. So I key the keyframe again. Then we put the 100 back in there. So that's it. Right. Yeah, I think we're getting there. So now that the bottles, the fruits, everything has been animated, I think I want to go to I can decide to change how I want this stuff to come in, but then I just animate them one by one first. So right now I have my the start your day the other way text. So I'm just going to let me just put a slide drop on here. So slide drop, so I can cross this out a little bit. Okay, yeah, I think, yeah, so they are, I think I want to let this go a little bit. Yeah, okay, as you can see, I don't really want them to match like that. So yeah, so I have the logo now. I think I'm just gonna rearrange how they come in, but then let me just animate them first. Yeah, right about now. Yep. Okay, I think I've animated just about everything that I want to. I'm just trying to be sure everything is done right. So now I have the action. Yep. So I'm just gonna use. You can always go through this here. The numerous things you can use. You can use wipes. You can use this all. So for the sake of this training, I'm just gonna use this guy here. Yeah. Once you double click on it, the effect is gonna show immediately. Yeah, you can even match two together. So for this one, I'm just going to add a slide swoop. Yeah. Okay, I don't know, for some reason that's not working. So maybe because the element might not be the right kind of element to work for that. So for these, I can just use maybe a 2D pane. Oh, okay. I think, yeah, I think I wasn't on the right size. That's why. So now I have this. Okay. Now I think the 2D spin is a little bit too much for me. I just don't like too much. Sometimes you might be tempted because there is a lot of effects. You want to use everything. I'm not really a big fan. Yeah, I think this is clean enough. Yep. So I think I want to rearrange how this stuff comes on. So I want the start your day the healthy way to come a little bit faster than the rest of them. So I'm just going to move it forward. Then I select all other layers and move them back. Yeah, a little bit like that. So now we have start your day coming in. So I think these guys are too further back. So I'm going to bring it up now. Now looking at this way, I think I prefer. Yeah. Now looking at it back now, I think I prefer the initial way it was. So I'm just going to take this back. Okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's it. So for the socials, I think just socials. I think they should just come in later on. So I'm just gonna use slide drop on them. Yeah, that way. I think those lines, this line there, I'm not really cool with them not coming on. Okay, so I think they're on the effect. Yes. For the line, I think I want them to slide drop as well. So I'm just gonna use the slide drop and take this down a little bit. Yeah. So back here. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Yep. So now I want to give them some sort of behavior. I already made transition for them, so I want to give them some sort of behavior, what they will be doing throughout the motion. So, and it's pretty straightforward. I just go to the animation preset here again, then I look at the behavior, what I want to do. I already looked at this effect. I think I want to make this line to scroll, auto scroll the way it's scrolled in. So I think I just find it really cool. So I think it's scrolling now. I did the auto scroll vertical. That's what I did. So if you go back to the timeline now, the full timeline, you can see moving. Yeah, that way just to add a little bit extra to that. So what I think I want to do with the buttons, now is just give that a little bit of wigorama. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go to behavior again. I double click on the wigorama. Yeah, that's it. You can see it's going to move a whole lot. So I think I'm just gonna do them separately. I'm just gonna do the buttons separately. So this is the bottom one and this is the bottom two. So wigorama, okay, I can actually select them together at the wigorama. Then I'm just going to change their effect. So I don't want it to bend too much, so I'm going to put it on 2, and then I don't want it to wiggle out of position too much, so I put this on 5. Right. So right now, if you look at them, they're doing a little bit of dancing around. So if you look at the main flyer now, you can see they're doing a little bit of dancing around a little bit. So I think it has enough. There's no reason to do too much. So remember, I want them to be as clean as possible. So you can, yeah, that's it. So I want them to be as clean as possible. Yeah, so I think I just want to do a little bit of behavior for the start your day as well. So I'm just going to scale bands a little bit. Scale bands. So I come here to change the settings as well. I can put this on maybe 103 because I don't want it to bounce out of place. So you can see that's bouncing as well. Yeah, that's about that. Yeah, I don't think I want to add too much movement again, because I would want this to be, I don't think I want to do too much again, because I want all this information to be as readable as possible. So right now I might just decide to add maybe some stock footage over it. So I'm just gonna this stock footage that I already downloaded online. So yeah, old film grain, you had this on here, then you can increase it to cover the whole place. So increasing. So right now I'm just gonna go to layer, blend mode, and color dodge. So right now you can see, you're just gonna see the effect now. So you can see now it's actually playing around. So pretty smart, pretty clean. You don't want to do too much for a corporate brand, for a formal brand. So So that's it. Yeah, I think maybe just for yeah, that's about that. I don't want to add too much. So as you can see, all this was done with the inbuilt animation preset. I didn't add anything, even though I have a couple I could have used, but then I want this to be as clean as possible. I don't want to do okay, yes, I think I want to animate the fruit as well. I feel like they're standing way too on their own, so I don't want. So I'm just gonna use the wigorama as well. So, but this time I think I'm just gonna make it as little as possible. Okay, you can go to the site. Yeah, so you can play with those settings yourself. I just choose to use a very simple one. Yeah, so that's it. You can look now. We have this. Yeah, that's it. Do you think we should animate? I think we should animate the leaves as well. So we can just add a bit of scale bands to the palm leaf. So scale bands, and maybe put it at something very, very little. Maybe 102 scale bands. Yeah, just to give it a little bit of breathing. So that's it. So what I'm gonna do next is just, because I like the video to start at like already made place, so I just duplicate the whole layer again by pressing Ctrl D, press OK, then I bring it to the front, make sure I'm at the place where the whole design is looking almost perfect. Yeah, I think this will do. So I drag this to the back a little bit. Yeah, that's it. So now if you play now, you see what I'm doing. Yes. Yeah, and now you can decide to add any free music or motion, any free sound you want to add to this. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm not gonna add any music for now. So you can decide to add the music that fits into it. So that's it. So I'm just gonna save this. Don't be like me, always save your file. So motion thoughts. Yeah, save. So for this, I'm just gonna, I'm waiting for it. I think it's saved. Yeah. So right now I'm just gonna export. So for some of you that doesn't really know how to export in After Effects, so this is what I do. I export to render queue. Leave this here, lossless, format option, go here, Apple ProRes Photo to HQ, click OK, quick time, click OK, and I render. So right now we're just gonna wait for it to render out, and I'm sure you're not ready to wait for that. So if you watched this video to this point, thank you, and I think you should be able to learn one or two already. So if you're still here, make sure you like and subscribe to the page so we can make more videos, so more people can see the video, and that will in turn encourage me to do more of this. I still remain Smith. I'll see you some other time.